So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Shoots! Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Fikayo Tomori has a rare reputation of being one of the few English footballers to succeed particularly well in Italy, and his very front-footed approach to defending has been very impressive. He's very fast for a defender, and that pace allows him to both engage opponents early, while at the same time he can do a lot of covering and recovering, so being able to deal with raw pace is a huge asset these days.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. And it's Totti. That's destined for the flank. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still...
And a header! He scored! It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Nice interception, well timed.
Milan really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Modric gets over and intercepts. Tomori. That's a good ball out wide. Great vision. And this is Totti. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Ronaldinho. Good purposeful. Ronaldinho! And that is well cleared. That's tidy. And that's aimed into the middle. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And they've got rid.
Cesena genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack, variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
Dumfries gets into a good position. Oh, that's fabulous. And the shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Milan with the corner, they're first. Ronaldinho! That's put paid to the danger. And now a sudden chance to counter. Pinches it off him. Zielinski. And it's Ronaldinho. Serginho. Pings it across. And that's a good-looking ball. And here's Dumfries. Raul.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Tomori. Modric. Dumfries. Tries to pass it through. Chance, surely! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Milan have their second corner now. Ronaldinho! And oh, he's got that completely wrong. It'll be a throw-in.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
And here's Raul. Oh, this is a great position. And he shoots! And yes, it's there! They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they want another.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good...
And we've reached half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How would you review the first half?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Milan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but...
And the shot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Milan have their third corner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Totti. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Played out towards the right wing. Big chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Tries to crash through the challenge, but no. Tomori. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Not the most accurate pass. Ronaldinho needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, they didn't smell the danger early enough, but I suppose better late than never.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
That was very
80.113
necessary.
spettatori.
And it's Serginho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Zielinski. And here's Totti. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Raul is in a really good position out wide. Tomori cuts it out. Now Modric. And it's Zielinski. Knocks it into space. Spread neatly. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Zielinski, Hermoso, and Tomori. More and more pressure on the ball here. Now, can they get him away? Great ball if he can get there. And the shot! Goal! Milan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Numero 20.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Milan have their lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Totti. And he's running through. It's Totti! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 7.
Time then for the first
Numero
substitution
2.
of the game.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 11, il numero 56.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Wriggles his way through. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Where it came from. And he's quick to get rid. Salamakers. He's rising! Cleared away. Zielinski.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Very much into the last knockings. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Looking for options for movement. Over to the right flank. Has to go back here.
3 minuti di recupero.
Distributed tidily. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Milan have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake.
That's that, the end. Milan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Totti claiming the man of the match. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So we're very much on the way now.
I think the wide players will be very important here, Peter. A lot is going to be asked of them.
Yeah, they've got a fair bit of work to get through.
Yeah, because they're going to have to cover the flanks on their own. They need to push up and establish some menace, some control, press from the front and act like auxiliary wingers, if you will, while also doing a fair bit of defending. And what's more, they're often expected to be the main supply routes in the side.
Space for him to turn and look. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Zielinski. Modric. Now it's Totti. Pulisic powering forward. Pulisic! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Oh, what a chance. And after doing all the hard work as well, he'll be kicking himself here.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Nice physical challenge. It's gone out for a throw-in. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, shooting chance! Quick look, thought about cutting inside. the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence. No goals as yet. Nicely weighted ball. And he's in on goal! It's Totti! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Cleared away. Ruggeri. Lovely pass, but can he get there? It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Serginho makes the interception. And that is well cleared. Looking for options for movement. And it's played in. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Ronaldinho. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. He is through here. Looks across and plays it in. And that has been knocked clear. Chance here to counter. Half an hour played now. Little pass back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Ruggeri. And that's played in low.
That's good defensive concentration.
Looking to play him in. He's in a great position here. Impressive jump. There it is! And there is your opener. It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Towering header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too. OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Pulisic. Dumfries. Well, that is one way to stop him. Referee has just said play on. Knocks it into space. He's looking wide. Swing point blank header! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Ronaldinho. Now it's Totti. Looking for the run. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Milan currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Back on the way then.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and...
Pulisic! Goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Chance, surely! They've scored!
Well, I'd love to know, Peter, what kind of chin-up the players got in order for that to happen so soon. Whatever was said by the boss, who's looking absolutely pumped on that sideline, really has given all of those players a renewed sense of purpose.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Milan have their lead.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
An instinctive delivery. Hermoso tries to clear. Dumfries ventures forward. Threads one in. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Tries to get it clear. That's really well manoeuvred. That's been cut out, well played. Totti is being harried and hassled.
Well, learning from your mistakes and not repeating them is never completely guaranteed, but that rear guard is more focused on him now.
Milan have scored 2 quick goals here and are 2-1 up. What a comeback. Dumfries. Now it's Pulisic. Now, can they get him away? It's a promising position. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Ruggeri. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Can he get it through? Now it's Dumfries. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ruggeri, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Serginho, he's picked his way through. Serginho's cross, cleared away. That has ended up in no man's land. Driving forward. And it's Zielinski. Modric. He's a sharp little ball here. Shoots! Oh, what has happened here? Has another go! And again! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's hit it first time.
Zielinski really had a decent crack at that. It was a full-blooded effort.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 28.
Milan have their second corner now.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 44, il numero 92.
And that should get the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that's a little loose. Dumfries. And the shot! And that really should have been that.
Just got too eager there, I think, Peter. Had half an eye on the 2-goal cushion.
Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good spread. Ruggeri. That has been slung wide. And he's quick to get rid.
Carrara really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And he's managed to get free. Big chance! In he goes again. And that's in. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
And yes, it's him again. Milan now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
This might spell danger. Not the most accurate pass. Serginho. That looks a decent ball. That looks a cracking ball. And here's Pulisic. Oh, what a finish! Relentless! Just relentless! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Milan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that. So hello and welcome to what has turned out to be a truly gorgeous afternoon. The sun beaming down on the stands and broad beaming smiles all around us. The mood has soared, and so indeed has the expectation of both teams. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Things already rolling. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Oh, that was vital. That has not gone well. The pass has gone astray. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Clipped into getting up there! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And he was alert to it. Pass somewhat off target. They're urging him to shoot. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Milan are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Totti will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Totti. He is just Kubo!
Kubo really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Tonali. Serginho is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Kubo. Oh, that's nice. Forced to go back. Can he finish? Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Kubo. And it's Tonali. Shifted it to the flank.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Cutrone. Now it's Patania. Alexander-Arnold simply refused to be outdone there. 15 minutes till half-time. That's a sharp pass. Oh, no joy this time. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Kubo. Now it's Kukçu. Can he get away here? Great vision. Alexander-Arnold receives it in a wide position. An instinctive delivery. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Pessina. Neymar. Neymar making good progress. And this is Shevchenko. Big chance! Now, what about a counter-attack? Cutrone. Now Pessina. Cutrone has it out wide and in space. And he's taking no chances there. It's a promising position. Here comes another cross. And he's quick to get rid. And the whistle goes for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we are back on the way.
Milan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Kukçu did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Cutrone, it's a really well-measured ball. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. A probing pass, and that was asking for too much. Kubo is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's been hooked away. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Kubo. Kukçu. And he's cut it out. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
He's found a way through. Neymar. Takes on his marker. Tonali. Kukçu is the team's great visionary. And it's Kukçu. Totti. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Shot a goal! He's got a goal! An act of great generosity, accepted gratefully, indeed gleefully.
Well, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 18.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Numero 19.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Your impressions so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Tonali. Played back to the goalkeeper. The message is clear, none shall pass. He's shifting through the gears here. Schlotterbeck spots it and intercepts. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And he's picked it up out wide. He's onside. He's picked his way through.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's gone for a throw-in. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Totti. Catania is herring after that one. Spread out to the left. Threads one in. Serginho's cross. And he can thump it away. Well, that is one way to stop him. I think we're just about done here. Milan clearly now in lead preservation mode. It's a promising position. And no, he's seen through all of that.
Milan can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And that's aimed into... He leaps for it! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Milan have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution. He got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
It's good to see that, Peter. He put in a very good day's work, and you can't do a lot more. It's a well-deserved rest.
And the referee brings it to a close. Milan come away having earned what they always set out to earn, the maximum complement of points. So hello and welcome one and all on a night which is anything but welcoming. The rain is tumbling down here, you can see it against the floodlights. It gives an added sense of drama to a game which was already in itself deemed dramatic. The conditions here will play a substantial part. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We are just getting started. Terracciano turns back here, probably the best option. Luperto. It's not an especially good pass, that. Petzela. Kukçu. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Terracciano. He's in a great position here. Impressive jump! And needless to say, that deserved better.
What a pass, one that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Schlotterbeck. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
First quarter of an hour gone. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Milan, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. He's found a way through! Not the most convincing of passes. And he can thump it away. He has found the way through. And the finish! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. No, not the best of headers. A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Aimed beyond the defence. Decent chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Neymar deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Totti.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Kukçu. And it's Grimaldo. Now Tonali. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Messi. Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Can he get it through? It's a promising position. He's picked his way through. Real chance! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Milan really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And we have our very first corner.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
The ball has bounced loose now. Kirkchu. There's a searching, great chance! Goal, Milan! And we have liftoff!
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Numero 7.
Milan have taken the lead.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Luperto can get it clear. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Now, can they get him away? I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Somewhat off target. Milan leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. And it's Totti.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
L'uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Luperto. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Mbappe! And the referee says that is that for the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Milan go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Milan are 1-0 up at half-time and it's all to play for. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Takes a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Neymar clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Ronaldo. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Milan have their second corner now. Another corner. Any better luck this time round? Milan have their third corner. There's the header! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And it's Messi. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Still just a single goal between the sides. Now it's Vardy. Well, that is one way to stop him. Great vision. Neymar. He's found a way through. Big chance! And that's it! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. And this is Vardy. Messi. Neymar being hunted in packs.
Well, learning from your mistakes and not repeating them is never completely guaranteed, but that rear guard is more focused on him now.
Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Cambio di giocatori.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Mbappe. He's looking wide. Neymar picks it up out wide. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now it's Vardy. Nicely shaped ball. That has not gone well. Luperto. Kesel. Alexander-Arnold. Kubo. That's a good foray he's making. Oh, that's fabulous. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Oh, he's had a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Viene sostituito con il numero 38.
Milan have opted to make another change here.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Milan find a position of real strength now. And he's forced to go back. Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Cremona making further changes here, and in quick succession.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Tonali. And it's Totti. Good ball, good take. Half an hour gone in the second half. It's a pretty loose pass. Swung over. Kubo. Kirkchu. And this is Totti. Totti! It's a goal! His utter joy. He engages with absolute happiness. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Milan are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Vardy. Schlotterbeck wins the duel this time.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Oh, it's come loose. Totti. It's Totti! And that's wide.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Milan can make their change now with a break in play. Schlotterbeck proves too strong. Terracciano. Showing good feet. He's got away. Time is desperately short now, but it is a corner. That's a decent clearance. Looking for chance! It's a loose ball. And he's following up! And that's past the post. Milan clearly now in lead preservation mode. Kupchu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
6 minuti di recupero.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Kubo gets into a good position. Ah, such a clever touch. Keeper has taken decisive action. Looking for options for movement. And it's played in here. Good read, needed to be. Looking to play him in. That's a shade optimistic. Tonali. And it's Grimaldo. Serginho. Can he get on the end of this? Aldero breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Milan have done it. They've achieved what they came for, maximum points. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be, all stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. So bring it on.
Well, it's certainly going to be huge, Peter. The demands, both physical and mental, on these players out there will be massive, and there's going to be a big responsibility on both captains to keep the players in check. We need talkers to ensure that everyone plays the game, and not this occasion.
We're up and running then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this player, Vlahovic, is more impressive game by game, Peter. Big Serbian, he's proven that he has lots of dimensions to his game. And I think people look at him and probably imagine that all they're going to do is bounce balls off him. But he's not that kind of centre-forward. He's got a lot more to his game. He's quick, deceptively quick on the turn. And there's great dynamism to his movement.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. And he's there to clear it. Milan have got it back and they'll have another go. Tries to get it clear. Kokchu. And this is Hazard. Can he finish? And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Alexander-Arnold plays it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Francisco Conceição. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Vlahovic. And it's Cambiasso. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Has to go back here. Real chance! Neymar. Great vision. He's in plenty of space here. Kubo going face-to-face with his great rival. Alexander-Arnold. Here it is, crossed in.
They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
McKennie, spread to the right. That's very neat. Over to the right flank, that's where it came from. Vlahovic tries a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Vlahovic clearly can't believe he didn't put that away. He'd set himself up perfectly.
And it's Hazard. Now it's Shevchenko. Now it's Yildiz. Now this could be a chance. Yildiz. Now he's got space here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Kokchu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. That is lovely. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. He's being urged to shoot. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, played through for the wide man. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Yildiz. Kelly. Here's Locatelli. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Kubo. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. McKennie. Koopmeiners. Cambiasso. Locatelli. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he cuts out the supply. Azar. No, he refuses to take the bait. McKennie. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Can he finish? There it is! And there is your opener. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
A probing pass. That's the end of the first 45. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Milan trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So off we go again.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And here's Vlahovic. Tonali wins the duel this time. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Azar can see things others simply cannot. Marquinhos chooses to go crossfield, and it's Kubo, and he stands tall, impenetrable. McKennie, Locatelli, and here's Vlahovic. Locatelli, oh, good spread. What a throw in. Tonali. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Milan still this single goal behind. Yildiz. Now it's Conceição. Hazard simply refused to be outdone there. Neymar. Now it's Shevchenko. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Hazard cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Kukçu. Hazard has it out wide and in space. Shoots! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Hazard can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Boga is herring after that one. And it's Conceição. He's had it taken off him. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Milan have not got very long if they hope to rescue this. They're being urged forward by great home support, but they need something to go their way pretty soon, Peter.
Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. Kubo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Kelly. And it's Cambiasso. Boga. Some really good ball movement. And it's made its way to him. Oh, nice touch. And he's whipped it across. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Azar. Marquinhos. Azar. Into the last quarter of an hour. And here's Kubo. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, it requires real discipline to defend this deep, and they are showing just such discipline. Time then for the first substitution of the game. Dani Olmo getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Kukçu. Now it's Ronaldinho. He is just caressing the ball. He's having a hit! And that could have brought them level.
That's really unlucky because he didn't do an awful lot wrong then. It's a let-off for that defence.
Can he get it through? Boga. He's picked his way through. Very nicely done. Vlahovic.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And he's had it nicked away. Vlahovic. Now it's McKennie. And it's Locatelli. Just 5 minutes left. Boga proves just a little bit too strong. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
Well spotted.
And Kalulu. Looking to play him in. Nice control.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Lovely feet. McKennie drives it in. This looks... He's had a shot! Shevchenko can be a real threat inside them. And that'll be the end of that. Milan came into this game looking for all 3 points, but In the end, they're unable to lay claim even to a consolation prize. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the losing side. I don't think they'll be going out tonight.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. So hello and welcome to what has turned out to be a truly gorgeous afternoon. The sun beaming down on the stands and broad beaming smiles all around us. The mood has soared, and so indeed has the expectation of both teams. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. And looking down the list of names, it does look, Jim, as though it's going to be a 5-3-2.
Conservatism would appear to be at play, Peter. However, we don't quite know what their motives are.
And Shevchenko! Shevchenko making his 200th appearance today. I guess that's the most significant team news.
Yeah, he's the mainstay in this team, Peter, and his value can never be underestimated. One of the first names on the team sheet, a priceless asset.
And it's Kukçu. Applies the finish! Now, who's going to be first to this? Dealt with nicely by the defence. Milan are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Still goalless. Raul. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Tonali. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Cagliari really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box.
Folorunso. And it's Kubo. And here's Shevchenko. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Folorunso. Turns back here, probably the best option. He is through here. Tries a shot! It's... and again! Goal! Milan! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Numero 18.
Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to...
And the shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. He should have put his foot right through it.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And he's got the beating of his man. Caresses it through. Sebastiano Esposito finds himself offside. Looking for options for movement. Alexander-Arnold receives it in a wide position. Foloruncio. Milan looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Gaetano. And Foloruncio. Gaetano.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
Ball swung in. Marquinhos gets it clear. Raul. That's destined for the flank. And claimed it back swiftly. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Shevchenko. Raul. That's put pay to the danger. Serginho's cross. Tries to get it clear.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Oh, that's nice. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Milan leading by 1 at the break.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Milan can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. The second half is up and running.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Foloruncio. Now it's Shevchenko. Schlotterbeck wins the duel this time. Kubo has found the net here, of course. Threads one in. Alexander-Arnold gets into a good position. Opts to play it back. Looking here to chip it through. It is a corner, good chance. And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. Milan are still that goal to the good. And it's Shevchenko. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Cleared away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Kukçu. Kukçu is fouled. Kukçu having a look. An opportunity then to pull clear here.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 29.830 spettatori.
So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Ronaldinho. Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable match. And the finish! It's run loose. Oh, he's been caught napping. Can he finish? And he's there to get it away. And the return pass. Tries to pass it through. Gaetano. Esposito. Passing is crisp and sharp. And that's another good win of the ball. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Tonali. Now it's Kubo. And that should get the job done. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Kubo carries the ball down the right. Can he latch on to this?
Milan clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
He's a sharp little ball here, and he's picked it up out wide. And it's made its way to him. Not the most accurate pass. Now he's got space here. Schlotterbeck clears without hesitation. Nicked it back promptly. Milan do have a chance to count. He's in! Must be! Shevchenko! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps in the back.
Numero 94. Lasciano il campo per il numero 19. Il numero 9. Attenzione, un cambio.
Leading by just one goal and still some defending to do. Foloruncio tries a deft little ball. And he gets rid in a hurry. Just 5 minutes left. Goes for a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? And that's aimed into the middle. And he's taking no chances there.
Cagliari really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That's that, the end. Milan win it, and it's a big win, and they can look back on a job well done. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, it may be smiles all round.
Milan going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again. Who is going to come out on top this time? Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So bring it on.
Well, it's certainly going to be huge, Peter. The demands, both physical and mental, on these players out there will be massive, and there's going to be a big responsibility on both captains to keep the players in check. We need talkers to ensure that everyone plays the game, and not this occasion.
So straight into the header comes in! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And it's Pedro.
Andrei Shevchenko has to be the greatest player to emerge from the former Eastern Bloc.
Yeah, he is the name, isn't he?
Well, when you think he terrorises Europe's best defenders by doing the most beautiful work in the beautiful game, and we're talking goal machine.
No, he refuses to take the bait. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, if you dwell on it for that long, that's what happens.
Now it's Kukcu, and he cuts out the supply. Rovella. Noslin. Now it's Shevchenko. Over to the right flank. Delibashiru. Now it's Noslin. He's under a lot of pressure there. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And here's Pedro. Now it's Noslin. Tries to pass it through. Pedro. And he can thump it away. Basic scooting forward. And it's Delibashiru. Crossed into the box. That's a decent clearance.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Drills one in. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! Ronaldinho! Has there ever been the like? About as smooth as it gets. And Milan have the lead.
Gol per il Milan. Ha segnato al
The
20°
purest
minuto.
possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
So the first moment of real significance.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Lazio are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
And it's Delibashiru. Looking for options for movement. Now it's Neymar. That's destined for the flank. Oh, he's found support out wide. Shevchenko finds himself offside. Shevchenko, this is promising.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Kukcu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Delibashiru. Rovella played out to the left flank. Pedro providing an outlet on that flank. Pellegrini. Now it's Basic. That is lovely. Now it's Pedro. Basic. This looks promising. Muslim! Now that is commitment to the cause. Basic goes short. Pings it across. Cleared without hesitation. Milan are looking to go forward now. Now it's Kubo. Shevchenko receives it in a good position here. And it's Neymar. He can run onto that. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Pellegrini.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
And it's Pedro. Marquinhos. And it's half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Milan just ahead then as we reach 45
Il
minutes.
primo tempo è finito e siamo messi
Yeah, on
bene.
the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Milan can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. Back on the way then. Milan leading courtesy of the game's only goal. It's a promising position. That's tidy. Delibashiru. Basic is onto this. Noslin! But he's left disappointed.
Noslin certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Kukçu. That has been slung wide. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Serginho. Nice control. Serginho's cross. Isaacson. And Delibashiru. Now it's Noslin. And it's Basic. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Chooses to go crossfield. Now, can they get him away? And he's gone looking for safety. Marusic. Milan are still that goal to the good. Spread to the right. Delibashiru. Rovella. Spread it left. Now it's Pedro. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. He is just caressing the ball. Now it's Basic. Serves up across. And it's been shipped out wide.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pedro. He's looking wide. That's a good ball out wide. Throw in. And it's gone back to the keeper. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Basic. Tonali cuts it out. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now it's Noslin. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Delibashiru. He's in a great position here. Played into the... He's rising! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Dia. Shifted it to the flank. Chance to deliver. Impressive jump! And he's stuck it away! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Tonali. Marquinhos. And here's Ronaldinho. Can he get away here? Tonali has it out wide and in space. Serginho has the space to scheme. And it's Tonali. Kukçu. Can he finish? So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. So a couple of front-footed alterations here, a pair of forwards entering the field.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Messi.
Isaacson. Delibashiru. And it's Basic. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open...
And the shot! And that has been cleared.
Lazio really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
The final 5 minutes. Pellegrini picks it up out wide. Now it's Sakanyi. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Pellegrini
Ci saranno 3 minuti di
into
recupero.
stoppage time, very little left on it. Spread out to the left. Zakanyi. Oh, nice touch. Shevchenko.
They're avoiding the...
And that is as far as it goes. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, I think all things considered, Peter, this was a fair result. Both